I hope by this point, you're starting to see the power of jQuery's DOM methods. Up to now,
Hi, I'm Richard, a course developer at Udacity. After reviewing some of the feedback for this course, Cameron asked me to help him add an additional lesson on jQuery events. So here we are. Events give you the power to set up automatic responses based on what your users do when they're on your page. In this short lesson, we'll be taking a look at how browser events can help develop interactive websites. You'll be doing this by listening for and reacting to events. Now you can do this with no libraries at all. But for simplicity, we'll be using jQuery in this course. Ready to get started?
Yep. Ready, Freddy.
Events in real life take the form of specific actions occurring at specific times. For instance, in the game of basketball, when the ball goes through the hoop, the shooting team gets points. The event is the ball going through the hoop. The resulting action is that the scoring team gets points. The browser has events as well. Every time you move your mouse, click on a link, submit a form, or do anything really, your browser makes an announcement of the action you just took. I want to show you what the browser is actually doing. Google Chrome provides a handy function, the Monitor Events function, that will allow you to
Hello? Can you hear me?
Bye. Buenas
noches.
No me hagas así, por favor. No quiero que me hables así. No, eso es que me regrese y vaya para allá. Me acabas de entrar.
Buenas noches, amor.
Que sea la última vez que me haces a pinche cara.
Not bad.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Good, good.
How's your week going?
It's been a long week already.
You could tell how mine's going.
Oh, man.
It's just some liquid motivation. We gotta. Oh, good.
Sure, you can call that.
Yeah, man. I powered through last night. Yeah, I had a tough time. I had a little bit of a tough time with
jQuery?
Yeah, with jQuery. At first, I couldn't. Somehow, it wasn't clicking on me like how to call the different selectors.
Mm-hmm.
But once I looked at something in the forum, like it clicked, and I was able to just get through. There was some of the stuff like, man, you really need, like, I really need practice, like, just to get it, just to get it really to sink in my brain, because yeah, it was it's different. It's a different kind of programming. Web development is a different kind of programming. It's I'm more of a conditional for loops guy. that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's. I was asking some of the designers at work today if they want to learn how to code, and it was a unanimous no. You know, they're all like, no.
You asked them if what?
I asked some of our designers today if they want to learn how to code.
Uh-huh.
And it's like unanimous. They're like, no, I don't want to learn it. Like it hurts their brain.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Hey, do me a favor. Can you go to that link?
co-chair. And let me share my screen. I wish there was a way to share my screen and do like video at the same time. Yeah, saying redirecting right now. Let me see if I could. Oh, that's awesome, dude. This
Oh,
is
it does. Cool.
badass. Yeah. So it's. Oh,
So let's say we're gonna do JavaScript.
that's cool.
It's right here.
I had thought of I don't know, like this is obviously pretty heavyweight coding to do this, but
No, it's not that bad. I built a plugin for WordPress.
what's that? What's that?
It's not too bad. I built a plugin for WordPress.
That
That's
does
like-
this?
that
That
can-
does this? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that converts the visual editor into an actual code editor,
Uh-huh.
and it supports JavaScript, PHP, and CSS.
Oh
So
wow.
it's not too bad.
Yeah. Because I was thinking like if there wasn't one available at the moment, yeah, this is cool. This is this will make like our hangouts much more interactive, you know?
Yeah, just in case we want to do something together, go over a lesson or something.
Yeah.
We can use this.
Yeah. Hey, have you looked at some of the front?
I don't know why you're cutting out. I don't know. I don't think it's my internet connection.
I'm cutting out like
Yeah, like you come in and out.
yeah, maybe maybe it has something to do with my connection. I don't know. Is it still happening? Because yesterday I think Jesse was kind of cutting out in the
Yeah,
beginning.
yesterday was no, not yesterday.
Oh,
The day
yeah.
before yesterday was bad.
Yeah, the last time he was cutting out a lot, and then it kind of came back for me at least. I don't know about you. I wanted to see what the curriculum is, you know, for
For the whole thing?
yeah. Don't they usually have like a syllabus or something?
Yeah, if you visit the exactly what you're doing right now. Here, let me see if I can find it too.
It's crazy how this thing will take 6 months, right? Like, I'm curious as to the amount of
There we go. All the way to the bottom.
oh, here we go. Sure, they already have me.
You just want your information again.
Oh, look at this. Trading card.
Yeah, that's the beginning of what we're doing. It's part of it.
Oh, so
Yeah, so if you get accepted, you got to turn all that stuff in.
oh, is that right? So
Uh-huh.
does that mean that you're like almost like a quarter of the way done?
You're part of it done. I don't know about a quarter.
Oh, okay, yeah. Project 2 is a lot different. I don't think we didn't do this right,
Mm-mm.
but it goes into responsive images, memory game. I want to see what the So like it's still pretty heavy on HTML, CSS. Awesome. And then they go into Git and GitHub. JavaScript and DOM. Really? Wow. It's almost like but a lot more projects, huh? Which is cool. Yeah, I'm not familiar with some of these object literal notation. I feel like we've come across this. Callback, runtime scope. That we haven't covered that yet.
You will.
Huh?
You will.
Yeah. ES6.
ES6 is nice.
Yeah, I watched some YouTube videos about ES6, and they talk a lot about translators, because I guess ES6 isn't supported across, all browsers, but like, seriously? How's the connection? Is it still
Good.
so good?
So far.
Yeah. Oh, restaurant reviews. Handle error responses with Ajax. Oh, IndexedDB and caching. It's pretty heavy, man. It's really like, it's really getting in depth,
Yeah, React, that's a part where I don't know anything.
This is project 7. I wonder how much time you have, because I mean they're talking about just projects, right? It's very project based. Neighborhood map, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That it for 8 projects.
I just want to learn React.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Create a React app. Okay. IndexedDB, is that I'll look that up actually. Never heard of that. Oh, of course.
That first one.
It's a Google one, right? This one?
All the way to the top.
Working with IndexedDB. Oh. So is it like a built-in database? Like who makes it? IBM?
I've never used it actually.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Let me see. I only know about local storage, cookies, and so on.
Which one? Local storage and
cookies.
Cookies?
Cookies. Mm-hmm.
That's a database?
No. That's for storing data, like in your browser.
Yeah, so it's IndexedDB. Okay, including files and blobs. Well, I mean, here's files and blobs, So it's web storage, smaller amounts of data. Oh, while web storage, okay, it's useful for large amount of structured data. Interesting.
I wonder where it stores the data.
Yeah, so it's powerful. Team for simple cases. If you prefer API, try.
That's what I don't like about the documentation. They never get to the goddamn point.
Storage limits. Yeah, I just want. Okay, so I take it as something that you have to install somewhere, right?
Like you read all of that and you don't know what the hell it is.
Right? Oh, I kind of skimmed through it, you know? Like, the heck? Oh, that's what happened there. Where'd it go? Did I close it? All right. Wonder if Jesse will be able to join us.
Huh?
I wonder if Jesse will be able to join us. He
Should
said
be
he
able to.
very well, right? So how much? Okay, so when I was I hadn't I started the lesson I started the event listener lesson, but I didn't get
Oh
very.
wow.
What's that?
Open up your console.
Oh, were you gonna? Maybe you're gonna show me what's gonna tell you.
Events in real life.
And go into the actual console.
Console.
And then type in index DB.
Oh, there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that Hangouts thing keeps popping up. It's weird. Oh, there you go. It's just in my Okay, so index DB. Oh,
Yeah, there you go. And it's a function, so I guess I guess it's a native thing.
that is crazy.
Yeah, so I learned something new today. That's cool.
Yeah, but like, where does it store it? Like you said.
So it might be in the browser itself. It looks like it stores it like key value pairs, like objects.
Right.
But it looks kind of complicated to use, to be honest.
But if it's just a function, that means it's
It might have like different methods to it.
yeah.
Here, if we just put index to be prints out the whole function. Let's see what that is. Prototype, delete database.
I mean, there's a Google developer. IndexedDB is a large-scale NoSQL storage system. It lets you store just about anything in the user's browser. Wow! In addition to the usual search, get, put actions, IndexedDB also supports transactions.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's cool.
That is awesome. Yeah. So if you wanted to load something, I wonder how that works. Right? Because I mean, it's.
So I wonder, is this database on the client's browser or?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Like,
because if that's the case, then you probably use it for like after you run calculations and you store them on the client's browser to kind of identify them or whatever.
Right. Because it isn't supported, we need to check okay, opening a database.
Yeah, you can see those methods if you go back to the console and you open that little thing that it opened up for you at the bottom. You see that little yeah, there you go. You see open, delete, and so on. So you can see all the functions.
Delete database, open.
So I tried open. You just put after the index.db, you put dot open. And then you can use the function. I passed in a name of test and it returned back a request or whatever. Yeah, it might be something I play with later, just to know what it is.
I have open native code. Function open in the native code. Yeah, interesting. Let's see what it. Working with object store, creating creating an object store. A database that contains one or more objects. Object stores can be thought of as similar tables in SQL. Okay. And should contain objects of the same type, not JavaScript data type. Okay. For example, for a site persisting user profile and notes, we can imagine a people object. Okay. Yeah, I'm just curious as to where it actually stores it.
Yeah, I want to know where it lives.
Yeah, where it lives. But I mean, if it's small enough, could like imagine if, you know, like like for example, your user profile, right? That could be a database because, you know, your user preferences and like your history, whatever it is, if it's a store, right? Like your order history. So like when you visit a site, if it's small enough, it sort of just, you know, it downloads. Maybe there's a way to like, you know, maybe there's a way to for the browser to just fetch just what you need to start. And as you kind of, you know, start getting deep into like the interface, then it starts to download like you know, like a dashboard, right? So I will log in and I go to the dashboard. The dashboard will only load part of the database that's relevant, and then but then if I like click, let's say if it's like a web store, let's say I click order history, you know, and then it'll load. Let's say the max page that you could see on the order history is like 100 records. It'll load only that 100 records. And then when you interact with it, you're actually only interacting with the database that exists on your session, you know. So that's, I mean, I just mind-boggling, you know, to think that it lives in the browser.
Yeah.
But I guess that's, you know, that's really how you could save some.
So it looks like it doesn't have a size limit. It's dependent to the browser. But
yeah,
according to this thing, it looks like you were saying, you can use it for making things faster, so they don't have to keep requesting data from the browser, from the actual database on your site.
Right.
Just like download some sort of like the state, and then they can use it from there. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's something definitely to keep in mind, you know, because like, you know, what's cool is we could sort of kind of get a preview of what, you know, what the 6 months is gonna be. So the more we just kind of.
For me, the React part's gonna kick my ass because I've taken like 2 different courses on React.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't.
So you've taken React?
Wow.
Oh.
I just don't get the point.
Oh. What were some of the things that you guys built?
I feel like all these different libraries that they come up with, like React, Angular, and so on, they just make it harder. Like, I can build the same thing with just JavaScript. So
JavaScript, right.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm like afraid of, is that React is just kind of like, you know, because for me, like the plain old JavaScript is readable, but at some point we're doing stuff that's kind of hard to read, right? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
ternary
operator is actually very hard to read if you, you know, if you just look at it, like, what is that thing doing? You know, it's not. So the same thing let's see, like those inline functions, some of them are pretty readable, like, but like the fact that you're passing like the entire function definition, I'm like, gosh, if I see this somewhere else and I didn't write it, I probably would, you know, not know what what it's doing.
Trying to open up a project I've been working on at work. Let me see if I can download it. It's a simple. Well, not yeah, it's simple. It's a plugin that basically when any of the authors, editors, and whatnot on Esri.com blog.
What is the name of your site? Your company?
Esri, ESRI.
ESRI. Okay. Oh, is this right? Is this the company?
Yeah.
Geographic Information System Company?
Uh-huh.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you were working for the whole like 500 brands, that kind of thing.
500 brands.
Like, say you guys were managing 500 sites on one WordPress.
Oh, yeah, because prior to that, I was working for Fit Body Bootcamp.
Fit Body.
Yeah, Fit Body Bootcamp.
Oh, you know, for some reason I thought I don't know, maybe. Oh, there's one here in Santa Clarita. Look at that.
They're all over the place.
They're all over, huh? You said it's a franchise, though, right?
Yeah, they're the franchise.
So is this your work, man? Like, did you just style this?
I didn't design any of it. I coded everything, basically.
Yeah. Wow. That's good stuff. Here's one of the designer I work with. I work pretty close to her, and I just found out today that she had a website, and she's the one that asked you, like, hey, did you wanna did you wanna maybe start an agency?
That looks nice.
Yeah, she worked for Team Vogue. And so I was joking with her. I told her, like, so what? Did you like come out of your teens and they kicked you out? She's like, no, it was in New York, and I moved to LA. And so
she's a designer or a coder?
She was pure design. She's print design, to be specific. Like, she did print and video. So it's actually. So I guess these are like her. You know, she definitely has the eye, because like the first time I saw her work when we hired her. I was like, oh, good work. I wonder if she actually has it here. Yeah, here. It's one of these. Did it not click? But she this is just Squarespace. She didn't design this. I mean, she designed it, like she put it together, but like she didn't
With the template, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, this was the shot that I told her, like, hey, great work. Like I saw that we hired someone who's talented, you know?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's a different skill, man. It's like, oh, here we go. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I was sorry.
Design has its own.
Is that parallaxing? That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's a.
Heck yeah!
It's a little library, that provides that. I also did it for that bottom part.
Oh, the dumbbells.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He wanted them to move at different paces, so there are 4 separate objects.
It's amazing. It's like I love how this changes. See, before I would not give a damn about like websites, you know, like you look at a website and then you scroll through it, you find information, and you're like, oh, okay. And really, I didn't have any metric for like knowing what's good and what's not. But now it's like I pay little attention, like this, how that, you know, that bar shows up.
For me, there I would just get a design and I'd build it. I can build things really quick, super fast, actually.
Yeah.
Or for these designs, like when they give you the PSD, they just want you to convert it to a site. That's great. You know, I can do whatever, but it gets boring after a while.
After a while, huh?
What I enjoy doing is actually like building tools, building things they can use. So if you go on the console on this site, there's a couple of tools you can use through JavaScript.
Oh man, you're gonna be proud of me today.
Did you build something?
I did. I did. Remember when they went through that the whole exercise with just pulling text? I think. Hang on. Let's see. Where is the text rich? We'll just pick an area. So like this. So so I mean I was so proud of myself, like I was able to do this. So class container. Class container. So I did this. I was like, I'm gonna bust out some JavaScript. I was like, and some jQuery. So I did this. So it's always class, right? So it's like, what is it called? Container. Do you do single quotes or double quotes? I like single quotes.
I like single.
Yeah, I like single quotes
because you can use double quotes within them.
Yeah.
And you don't play around, but still.
You have to escape it. Look at that, dude. So I did that today because we were changing. We've always been like we've always had like outsourced HR, person. So we went to something called a professional employer organization. They're basically just like they're hired HR, but they're a little more established. And so what happened was the terms and conditions was on this small little window, like maybe like.
Oh, I see what you did. Okay.
I was like, what the F?
I can't read this.
Are you trying to be sneaky, like trying to be all like so you don't read it. So what I did was I did this. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna copy it and paste it.
So, nice. What you just did right now, that's actually very helpful. If you go on the address bar and go to the main site, that's that's basically what you do with jQuery. You just iterate through everything and get the content, whatever it returns. The main site, when it loads, there's a plugin that pops up for the map.
Ooh, what's this?
Well, that's what I coded, all the tools. So that's when I, on the console, whenever you open it up, you see that message. You can color things on the console too.
Oh, cool.
But also all the locations are populated, like all the locations.
What was your purpose for doing this? Is it for your it looks like you wandered too far.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's like a developer's message to another developer. Hey, what's up, Jesse?
Hey guys, sorry, trying to get
laying in bed, man. We gotta work.
I feel you. I'm working on this loops thing right now. This FizzBuzz, what is it called? FizzBuzz Julia James.
Yeah,
that's actually an interview question.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like a very famous interview question, and there's like well, not dozens and thousands, but there's various ways to solve this. I'm over here trying to figure this out, but I'm more interested in what you guys are talking about. I see you guys as CrossFit or just a fit boot camp.
Yeah, this is Leon's old company. Is that your real name, Leon Alas?
Joan Alas.
What? Joan?
Joan?
Oh, Joan? Is it J or L?
It's 2 L's, but it makes the J sound.
Okay. So Joan.
Joan.
Joan, there you go.
What's funny?
I know exactly how it works.
What's funny is my wife's name is Joanne, but is
it? That's funny.
Yeah, it's so the Filipino Joanne is Joan. So when she came here to America, everybody calls her Joan, and she's
Oh yeah.
it's like she didn't get used to it, so she actually ended up changing her name to Joanne. So
Damn.
so when you meet her, just call her Joan.
Oh, we can't let the secret loose. We can't let the secret out.
Well, yeah, exactly. So this is cool.
In the console, type in FBBC.
FBBC. Oh, so these are your tools.
Yeah, no. So you just have to type in FBBC, and it'll load the main object. So that object has all the information for all the locations, and I use it all across the site. So for example, you have the main object called FEBC, who has children objects, or I guess you can call them properties, which are objects.
Yeah.
And that locations object has all the locations that they currently have, and the backend updates them.
Oh wow.
So you can see.
So this is an array of arrays, huh?
No, it's an object.
Oh, it's an object.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, yeah, if you think about it, it works almost like an array, but these have key value pairs.
Yeah. No, this I had a tough time with this in the example because I've never seen, like, I guess just the way they defined it. They defined an object as a key pair, I guess, right? Object key pair.
Yeah.
It just looked foreign to me, but then it made sense. Like just staring at it for a while.
Yeah, no. After you work with it for a while, it's very useful. I also used it to create reports for them. So, for example, there's a function there that if you run it and you give it like the month, it will give you all the locations that were open that month, and it'll download it as a CSV.
Oh, this?
It should be like it starts with get. No,
Okay.
just erase everything. Delete FEBC.
Okay.
And then it's like get. And then it should be created in. So get all locations created in. It's towards the bottom right there.
Oh, I see.
And then it'll be parentheses and put in a month. But it has to be a text. I mean, a string. And then you have like an extra G in the beginning.
Oh, that's why it's not autofilling, huh? Is that good?
I think.
Oh, no.
Okay, so no location.
I took it, yeah.
Oh, and then, so try January. I wonder if they opened any. No locations. Put in a second parameter.
So let's do June, because.
No. Put in a second parameter and put in 2017. I think it should be integer. I mean, a number, not a string for the date. Yeah, there you go.
Wow, look at that.
So if you don't get a second parameter, I made the function default to the current year. But if you pass in a second number, that's the year you want to target.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So this company, like, how long have they been around?
Since 2012, 11.
12. And they have 500 locations. Wow.
Yeah.
Franchise.
I was only with them for like 6 months. So.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I got hired by Esri, so.
Yeah. For some reason, as this Esri, I feel like I've come across them through some job sites.
Yeah, they're always looking to talent. Talent. They're always looking to hire talent.
Trying to see what.
It's a really nice company. Like the campus is so beautiful. I love pine trees, and it's like it looks like a campus, basically like a school.
Yeah. Where are they?
They're in Redlands. But I believe they have a
Pasadena, right?
A location in LA, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely it's nice, man. Website's really nice.
Yeah, they have me working
I've
on the.
I've seen this. You guys, is this for reals? Is this like actually something you guys use?
No, not us.
Uh-huh.
They're customers.
Your customers. Okay. I was looking at some, some interactive displays once, and yeah, I saw something like this, but it's really used by like engineering firms. Yeah, it's clean. I love that. I love the animation. Yeah. So this is your building?
Yeah.
Redlands. It looks nice.
That's one of the buildings. I don't work in that building. That's the main one. They have like 15, 16 different buildings on that block.
Oh,
16?
They have a huge. It's big.
Wow.
It's funny because to get from where I'm at to like meetings we have, it takes me a couple of minutes to walk all the way to the other building.
Right. I wonder. So, how did they find you, or I
know so the way they do it is because they have a shitload of people, and again they're always looking.
I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help.
Oh shit, that scared me.
A little sign in here, put your Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC
1 second.
ready.
Who the?
Yeah, like that was right next to me.
I think you're application developer. That's your title.
No, I'm a WordPress developer.
Oh, they even have.
Yeah, that surprised me because I'm like, wait a minute, they have WordPress.
Wow.
So yeah, so they have recruiters.
Not
on payroll, but like on a contract. So they get people.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know exactly how they work with them. Because I thought I was getting paid really well. So I'm imagining they're asking for more for my position. But they usually go with recruiters or whatnot. And that position that I got wasn't like on Indeed or anything. It wasn't published.
Like a headhunter, you mean?
Kind of, yeah. So right now, basically, I'm like I am a contractor for them. So okay. I go in and everything. I'm treated as a 100% employee kind of thing. So I get their benefits and everything. But my badge still says contractor.
Is it a contractor with a term? Like,
what do you mean?
Like a certain,
time?
Yeah, certain time.
Yeah. So for me, it's like 6 months.
There we go.
But my supervisor or whatever.
Yeah, check this out. I applied for a job there.
Oh, you did?
Look, it's ESRI.
You know what's funny though? Like everyone I've told, they've usually already applied to Esri.
Yeah, this is them, right? Wait, maybe no, that's not. I think. Oh, here we go. No, it's just it came up as a. It just came up as a like one of the results right here. I don't think I applied for it because I think this is what I applied for. These are just suggestions. Never mind.
Yeah.
I got it. Oh, that's a while back, or like this past Christmas, I guess. Awesome.
And you said they're always looking for people?
Yeah. It's funny because they have a team that just focuses on the front end, so they don't touch anything on the back end. So they do CSS, HTML, JavaScript. They use things like Gulp for compiling their. I believe they're using Sass and not Less. I believe. I don't know. But they don't touch anything on the back end. Nothing complicated, to be honest. They built a lot of POCs, proofs of concept, and they're all just static websites.
Got it. I came across Less, and I was gonna show it to you guys because I've never heard of that term until you guys started Remember when we were looking at that one site, the foundation one?
Uh-huh.
And
The Taproots?
yeah, that one. No, the Taproot, exactly. Let me see if they talk about like less details about cloud. See, they talk about Git here. So this is something I have to dive deep fairly soon. Is Magento, but somehow architecture.
You mean so you can start making changes to Magento?
Yeah. So I'm not quite. So here's the architecture. So we have a master. We have an active branch.
Uh-huh.
And we have a staging. So I take it, and you can tell me, like. So basically, once we go live, right? Local development environment. Once we go live, let's say we create a page. Does that mean we create the page in our staging environment and then we fold it into the active branch?
No. So the way we do it at work, and it looks just like kind of like this, is scroll down a little bit to local.
Yeah.
We start on local. We have our environment. We do all of our changes. Now that environment is a copy of production or staging. Staging should always be, if anything, just a few commits ahead of the master branch. It should be a mirror copy of the production, basically, with any changes that you're going to push to production once they've been tested and everything.
Right. But is a simple, let's say, okay, I'll show you guys like
a simple page?
Yeah.
It really depends on your guys' process. If it's something you can make live quickly, then that's not a problem.
Right.
But I'm assuming you guys have a lot of traffic, so you want to make sure it's something that you can push instantly, kind of thing.
Right. And that's exactly what I'm thinking. So this is not, we haven't launched this yet, right? So this is our master. So this is what would end up going into this. Technically, this is production, right? Master branch. So let's say we add just, let's say we add, and we call these campaign collections. So let's say we add something that says summer collection, right? So let's say, here, spring must-haves. I don't know if that's an actual page. Yeah, okay, so, no, that's not even an actual page. Hold on. So let's say maybe this one will be. Okay, so maybe I'm a little overthinking it. Maybe when we launch a new collection, it's just gonna be, this banner image and some products, because that's going to be a heck of a lot easier. Because I'm thinking our current website sucks. I'm thinking it's going to be something like, this page right here. I'm thinking it's going to be something like this, but I guess it's been designed so that it will actually make it easy to maintain.
Yeah. Because that and the focus is on the products, to be honest.
Right. Because right now we do things like here. Let's see if we have the like this one, like LA Experience. See, even this is fairly simple. I don't even think this is an entire page, right? This is just a.
It's a module.
It's a module, right? So. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe making changes to.
I don't remember exactly how Magento works, because remember I told you I've worked with it. But if it's anything like WordPress, you should be able to make a page keep it as a draft or whatever while
Yeah.
you're not making it live, and then once you're ready to push, you should be able to just make it public.
How does it work in WordPress then?
On WordPress, you can build the page, and it doesn't show up on the front end unless you put a link on your navigation bar.
Yeah, so essentially you're building a page in your production, right?
Yeah, you're just building a new page, but nobody has a link except you.
Right. So I guess you're not really making code changes to Magento then.
Not that anyone can see. Like if you fuck it up, no one's gonna see it. So as long as you don't put the link in the navigation bar, you should be fine.
Yeah. I'll play around with it. Like I just want to make sure, because a lot of times we'll do something like this, right? Like price changes and things, like for products. Like let's say for certain products like this guy, let's say we're gonna put this on clearance for $5 or something. But I want to put it in staging. I want to stage it. I want to make the change and put it in the staging environment. Is that even necessary?
No, you can do it straight. I mean, if you know what you're gonna do, just go ahead and do it. Staging is mostly for when you're gonna add a feature and you don't know if you're gonna break something.
Right.
So
the thing is like what we're big on is QAing, even though it's a price change, right? Let's say it's a sale. Let's say it's a sale. Let's say we're putting this on clearance for $8, and let's say we're rolling out like a coupon that gives you 50% off on anything else but what you put on clearance. Right now, the way our process works is we won't know if things, mess up until like the day that we activate the change. So what I'd like to do is have a staging environment where we make the change, and I know it's a simple thing.
Do you guys have a testing team or an individual that can test for you guys?
That's me.
Oh, that's you.
But nonetheless, it's like, basically what I want to see is a way to say, hey, here's what the promo is going to look like. Everybody test it out. Well, we do have a test team. It's internal, like customer service, whatnot. So what I'll ask them to do is test it out before we go live, so that not when we go live, but like when the promo goes live, that way. And what I want to do is kind of like GitHub, where you make the change on your file and then you commit it, committing it meaning you're putting it in production. So I like that workflow as opposed to making the change in production and then kind of like, like just scheduling it or something, putting it on a scheduler or something. Because I really do think that there's a value in being able to have a staging environment where you make your changes, whether you're creating a new page, and then folding that into your production.
Yeah, because you have to test everything.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to wrap my head around. Like, how is that done in Magento? Like
I don't think it's Magento though. Where are you hosting your Magento installation?
Well, it's hosted in the cloud. It's
you're using their service.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because that's what we're paying big bucks. So like here's our environment.
That's a lot of money. A lot of money wasted.
Oh, for sure.
I've already cried about this. It's all good.
So here it is. Like here's production, and then here's staging, and then integration, and then
hover over those buttons all the way to the right, please.
These?
Yeah, hover. Merge, sync, snapshots. Okay, cool.
So I guess my
So
question is like, do I make a change in staging?
Who's Mohammed?
Huh?
Are those people making changes on your site?
Yeah.
But
They're
you know,
developers.
okay, cool.
Yeah, they're the. Where did you see that, Mohammed?
I saw him under
Oh,
staging.
Yeah, Satar. Yeah, he's our developer. He's our like ERP developer. He's actually a project manager, but 16 hours ago, bug fixes. Okay, so basically, do I basically? So here's the staging, right? And I can access this site. Here's a staging site. Do I make the change here? Oh, the certificates are not set up yet.
No, if these things are pointing to Git, you need to push your. I'm having a hard time not to cuss, guys. I'm sorry. I normally do a lot, so it was weird meeting you guys and acting all brand new over there too. So
what's
hey,
up,
man? It's a Thursday, dog. Be comfortable.
What was I saying? You have to upload your things on Git. So on that page you were on Magento, if you click on that Git, will that take you to the repository for that thing, or is that a repository hosted on Magento itself?
Yeah, I think they're doing the whole work. I think they're doing the whole what do you call that? Versioning from within.
From within, okay.
Yeah, from within. So you see how there's Git here, and I guess I could, get it to. Yeah. So this is the stuff that I kind of want to. I kind of want to understand,
Yeah, so you're gonna have to learn how to use Git then, so you can clone it to your local repository. I mean, to your local machine.
Yeah, because here's the merge, right?
Yeah.
I can mess around here. I can.
But still, though, they.
Where's a clone? A snapshot of clone?
No, you'd have to do it in your.
I thought
unless they have a button for it right there.
Okay, well, I better not
touch anything.
Yeah, because I mean, these guys are working, and I'll probably get like a call and.
Well, if anything, you should be able to have a separate instance of like staging, like an instance that you can play with, so you don't mess around with their.
Oh, here we go. Is that it?
Oh, it can't contain spaces.
Oh. I guess I could kind of follow the convention here. I-95, say new test. There it is.
So that's a branch of I-95.
That's a branch. So
if you want one like staging, it'd have to be from production.
Yeah, so I'd have to go or make a branch of staging, right?
Yeah, and that would be like a copy of staging.
Or can you only create? Ooh, what is it doing in progress?
You're logged in as Betsy.
Yeah, well, she's no longer with the company. I tried to change my name here, but it's not letting me.
Oh, okay.
So branch. Yeah. Okay. So you can make branches of. I guess I can make a branch. Oh no, I can't make a branch of staging.
Huh?
You can only make a branch of the.
Oh.
Branch.
Hey, ¿me pasas el agua, por favor?
What's that?
No, I'm talking to my wife too. She can pass me the water.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. I didn't want to go into this rabbit hole of Magento, but it's good to talk about these things. How you doing on the course load, Jesse?
Well, I am stuck, of course. I'm figuring out the loops.
What part are you stuck on?
So I'm trying to figure out Julia, right? So I like the way they switch the names out. But I've been looking at some what was I looking at? I was looking at the Code Academy as to how they came about it, but I'm very like I don't want to look at the answer as to how they came about it.
Yeah.
I was telling Johan about this. I'm like, yo, I don't want to know the answer, but I just want some guidance. Let me share. Let me share my screen.
You want like some hints, because I was telling you, I got stuck in jQuery. And what I ended up doing was I went to the forum and I searched for one of the classes, I think, and I found just a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's all the answers are always in there,
Yeah, that's the problem that I'm having with this. It's like, yeah, there's many, and like there's dozens of ways of doing this.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I don't look at their code. I read their comments. Because like
that's how I do my. That's how I do the news. Like if I see a news article, I don't read the news. I just read the comments and go off of that.
Yeah.
Terrible practice, by the way. But here's what I don't have. Well, I'm trying to have. I have obviously I'm trying to do Julia, and that's what divisible by 3 with no remainder, right? So I'm like, this is as far as I can get without looking for an answer, which is terrible.
Here, copy your code and put it. I put a link in Google Hangouts.
Yeah, dude, that's really cool.
We can try it out and see.
Yeah.
Let me see. What are you sipping on?
Motivational juice.
So last night was wine, and today is beer. Right?
Yeah,
I like the diversity in your alcohol.
You gotta diversify.
Programming drinks.
Yeah, programming drinks. No, I heard. I mean, obviously, I'm not copying him. I just, it sort of keeps me, entertained, I guess.
It does. It really does.
Yeah, whatever it is to get, to squeeze a little ounce of, coding time, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, so I see the link that you shared, Johan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, you're on there already. Okay, cool.
That's me.
I see 3 turns, so
I'm on line 9.
This is awesome.
Okay, so just paste your code in there. And then that's loops.
Yes.
Yeah, so I didn't tell you guys. I once interviewed for USC.
USC? Like USC?
Yeah, the university.
Yeah.
I was so fucking nervous, like super nervous. Like I went in there and I started talking like I wanted to cry or something.
I swear I'm good at this job.
Oh my god! Yeah, I almost told him that. I swear to God, this is not how I am at work.
Did they make you do a coding?
Yeah, this is the one they made me do. They made me do FizzBuzz.
Oh, FizzBuzz.
Yeah, but they didn't let me use the computer. They made me do it on paper.
Oh, yeah, pseudocode it.
Yeah.
No
pseudocode. They wanted to have me write it down and do it. Like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I was calm with that part. Like, okay, cool. This is what I do. But yeah, the rest was.
Yeah, that's like. I guess you're right. I mean, It might be a certain kind of like a multitasking skill where if you're, if you're asked to produce something, right off on the spot, right?
I forget, I'm not on the Windows thing. Okay.
My buddy, who just like moved out to LA maybe less than a year ago, he just got he just posted on Facebook saying that he just became senior engineer for Netflix.
Oh.
IU engineer. I'm like, and we came from the same neighborhood. It's a few older years from me. Back in Chicago. By the way, I'm not from here. I'm from Chicago. So.
What part of Chicago?
I was raised in Westtown, near West Side.
West Side, okay. Have you heard of Elmhurst, Illinois?
Yeah, Elmhurst is a suburb, really northwest. No, yeah, a little northwest from the city. Yeah, no, Elmhurst. But yeah, my buddy who moved out here, he was living in Vegas and he moved out here, and then he just like he was working for Chaos, I think, and then he just posted he just got a job with Netflix out here. So it's like,
that's cool.
Yo,
I heard Netflix work you like a dog though. I know somebody who works there as well.
Speaking of, I was listening to a podcast, me and podcast, on Freakonomics, as to how Netflix just kind of like they don't care about hard work. It's what you can like, what stands out.
Yeah, I heard they don't like micromanage you. I mean, it's like you can spend your day and mess around, but like so long as you produce,
Yeah, that's how it works at my company.
Yeah.
Nobody's managing me at all. Like,
yeah,
I have to ask for work because I blow through it quick. So like I was telling you guys, I think it was last week. Like I think I'm gonna stop doing that. I don't want to work myself out of a job or something.
Yeah,
where you produce too much and like, oh, your output is actually, you set the standard, the baseline for your output. Is that what you're talking about?
Not anymore.
And yeah, apparently they don't have they have unlimited vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you have too?
No, unlimited vacation.
You're contracted. That's right. Yeah, Netflix offers unlimited vacation, but they see the benefit in that.
Yeah, my thing is I have to work 45 hours a week. I can go in at 8 and leave at whatever time I want.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to get those 45 hours.
On campus.
Yeah, on campus.
On campus, yeah.
Yeah, because they have meetings or questions or anything. Even if they don't come to my desk, they'll just Skype me and then we'll just talk and everything. But just in case, they just want me there. And I don't mind. It's 15 minutes away from home, so.
Yeah, nice. Living the dream.
It's close, yeah. So Jesse, on that link I gave you, so we have the directions there now. I don't know why I can't see it on your screen.
I can share it. Let me
or is this Phil's?
Can you see my code pen?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, we see your code pen.
All right, let me do this. Where is this?
Hey guys.
Is this one? No, it's not that one. What am I looking at? Let me kill my window.
Wow, this thing can even be like a Google Hangouts replacement, huh? This is all, I think it's all WebRTC, right? This whole video.
I don't know. Start video chat. I think the video chat is for one person.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we can talk back and forth. Actually, yeah, it's pretty cool though.
This code share, first buzz quiz.
Oh.
Can you see my co-chair or not?
Let me see.
It's just
I just see a black screen for you.
What the hell?
That's weird.
So odd.
Yeah, I could just share my screen.
But I know I'm on the link itself that you gave me though.
So you see the directions I put in there?
Yeah, I can see all of that.
Okay, then you can start typing and I'll see what you're typing on here.
I'm on line 6-ish.
Yeah,
That's fine. I can see your line. It's blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so on my end, I can see you guys as different. Yeah, you can see Phil's. I think that's Phil at the bottom, yellow.
21.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
And then mine is line 3, so you'll probably see mine too.
All right, I'm on line 10.
Okay. Yeah. So we can just go through these steps so we can kind of figure out what to do.
Okay.
So the easiest way, well, the way they want you to do it is a while loop. So we can start with that. We can make a while loop first.
Was it var equals 1? No.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's set it to 1.
Gosh, I need to review this. I forgot how to do while loops now.
Look at it. It's a refresher for everyone and a new thing for me.
Now, keep in mind that you can either set it to 1 or you can set it to 20. So it's up to you.
As your limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we can create our while loop.
So how do you guys work with it first? Like, this is my thing. So do you guys work
So do you have a good grasp on how the if loop works?
The if, yeah.
Okay, so you know how the if loop goes into your condition and it'll check if it's true or false, and then it'll run if it's true.
Yeah, and I saw
okay.
Like if yeah.
So your while loop, that loop will keep looping while that condition is true.
Yeah.
So that's all it's going to do. So while x equals or is less than or does whatever you want it and it's true, it'll keep running that loop. As soon as that returns false, it'll stop looping through that bit of code you give it.
Okay.
So, yeah, like
let me figure out what this code looks like on my end. I still need to get the syntax down on some of these things.
That's fine.
Like
yeah, no, take your time, man.
All right. Speaking of Pasadena, come Saturday. Are you guys up for that?
Yeah, I'm down.
I don't mind.
I'll probably, like last time I came kind of later, like around noon. I'm probably gonna try to come early this Saturday because I have something in the afternoon. But like,
for me, it's actually closer, so that's great.
Yeah, it works out.
So I'm gonna say while x is less than or equal to 20. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Is there a semicolon after that?
No.
Okay, because it's not responding to an action.
Right. So remember, you're setting the conditional because you want to run a block of code. So you need your curly braces. So you can tell the machine what block of code you want it to run.
Cool.
And then console log goes here. And this would probably be, was it James and what was the other one?
No. Don't worry about that. Take it line by line, so you can break it down because you're gonna need to develop that skill where you break everything down into like step by step.
You know what? That's what this cat said on Traverse Media. Like, you gotta break it down step by step, and I'm very quick to jump into shit that shouldn't really.
Well, no, yeah, because you start overwhelming yourself with thinking about how you're gonna do the whole thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's my
then
problem.
and then you get blocked. So
Yeah.
there's no
You get,
point.
like analysis or coding paralysis or something.
Yeah, no, it's
But
true.
that's good though. Like if you're gonna do a console.log, you could probably output what X is, so you kind of see how.
So you can get an idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I do it a lot for debugging, and everything. I always use it. So if you're gonna do it for that reason, yeah. So just so you know, now that you're inside the loop,
Okay.
you have.
let me look.
Yeah.
All right. So then I gotta put in the when do I want it to end, or what's my So if it's gonna be divisible by
No.
3.
So now you have to think about this. While X is less than or equal to 20, you're gonna console log whatever you want, right?
Mhm.
But we haven't told the variable to change. So X is always going to be less than 20, and it's going to give us a Stack Overflow.
Mm.
And what that means is going to crash. It's going to crash our browser. So how about we don't do that?
Because X stays at 1 basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you think we should do to the X?
The X becomes. What becomes with the X?
So remember, we want to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
So we want to modify the X to give us that number. So we can either do the quickest way is to just do X plus plus.
What does the plus plus? I see that a lot. And,
that increments your variable by 1. It is not recommended as a best practice. You should do X plus equals 1 with a space in between the. Here, let me just type that because I made no sense.
Yeah. How about X equals? How about X equals X plus 1?
You can do it that way.
Yeah.
But the shorthand is that thing I put up there.
Yeah, X++ came from C++, which is basically a shortcut for incrementing the value of the variable C, I guess.
Yeah, according to, I can never remember his first name, but his last name's Crockford, I think. He says that can introduce bugs in your code. So he recommends using the X plus equals 1.
Oh, really? In JavaScript?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's times where it can start mutating.
Mutating.
Yeah, and start giving you values that are not what you want. So basically what he's gonna have to do is increment X by 1 every time the loop iterates.
X increments. But you said this is a bad practice.
The X plus plus. Yeah, you can use it, but just know that like in production or anything, you don't want to use that because it can introduce bugs. So what you can use in its place is that thing on line 7 that I put. But it's great to know both. So
isn't this is what they use for what's that one piece called? The I'm trying to think back to the previous lesson on the truthy and falsy, or not the truthy and falsy, but how the statement keeps on going until you put the break onto it. And they put like that a similar code where they put plus equals 1 with the plus equal. So what does a plus equal actually stand for?
So basically it adds whatever is on the right side to the left side.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's kind of like no, it's not concatenating. That's for strings.
It's like increment. It's like increment.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Incrementation or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, increment x by 1. So each time it goes through the loop, it increments, x by 1. So if x is 1, once it hits that line, x will go up to 2.
Yeah.
And we'll check the condition again
until it reaches 20.
Yep.
All right. So that's your part of the condition, right? And then you need to, and then the next step is if it's.
So now we can take care of all the other things. Just for come on, stupid computer. I hate this thing now. That's for organization.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the first thing we have to check is if the number is divisible by 3, you're gonna print Julia. So we're gonna use an if loop there, the conditional. So we have to check if x is divisible by 3. Do you remember how to do
that? Without a remainder, right?
Right.
So it's gonna be x. Something like this. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you're gonna triple it to 0.
Yes. So that means you're checking if it's divisible by 3. Now remember to put it in a if conditional.
Now does the if go here or up top?
Yeah, you can put it here. I don't know if you see my carrot in there, a blue little carrot.
Where's your blue? You're on line 16?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then okay, so if it's divisible by 3, and that's where you put, well, you don't put the console log yet.
No. You have to put your condition first, so parentheses and your condition.
So now you wanna put the condition you just wrote on line 14 inside that parentheses. Because remember, when you're checking for a condition, the if, it's evaluating what's inside there. Exactly.
All right. So okay, so if I'm reading this right, var equals 1, and then if while 1 is less than or equal to 20, console log. Oh, where am I wrong?
The where you set the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it as a container. Whose variable's going to change, because if you look at it as 1, you're not. Point is, it's a container, so just think about it that way.
Okay, it's a container. It's just it acts. It's just like a place of.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So let me oops. Oh no. I'm trying to put a note into saying it's think of as a okay, well, mentally I'll think of that. Okay, so this is only acts as a container for +1. There you go.
Oh, even better. Here you go. Counter.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Because it could change. It's gonna change. All right. So then if let me turn on my mouse real quick. If x is if the remainder of is divisible by 3 and it equals 0, then I should be printing out Julia, correct?
Yep. That's right.
What's missing? Is there something missing? I'm not looking at it right.
On what?
All right, so I put Julia here, no?
Remember, it's a no.
It's a block, right?
Yeah. So right here in line 16, you're gonna start a block. This line 13 doesn't exist. You had it there because you were debugging. So line 15, start your block for that if condition you just wrote down.
So if, what is it? X plus.
Don't forget your curly brackets.
Oh shoot! But isn't there one already living here on line 12?
That's for the while loop, not for your if condition. So remember, think about those doors we talked about.
Yeah, that's good.
So here's where you put your console, no?
Yeah. That console will only fire if x is divisible by 3. So if your x reaches number 4, it won't print out that one. Basically, is what you're saying.
So I want this to print out.
Yeah.
But I still need to add my line 25. When does that become live? It's already live.
Line 25, where you increment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the while loop is going to go down lines 13 all the way to 25, and it'll start over again. It'll check if the condition is still true, and it'll run all those lines of code again. So x plus equals 1, as long as it's not within a conditional that evaluates to false, it'll run every time.
It'll run any time. Yeah, you know what? This is the problem that I'm having. Is not, I don't know if it's a problem. The misunderstanding that I'm having is I'm not understanding it right. I know what it does. I don't understand. I guess my biggest thing is just being inundated with like instructions.
Right.
Yeah, it's going. I mean, the pace is pretty fast, dude.
It is.
Like, like I think you nailed it right there. Like, just spending time with while loop, I think you could. I mean, if you do it enough, you know, it's gonna trickle in. Because basically, it's pretty logical. Code is pretty logical, right? Like,
yeah,
you're basically it goes from line to line, right? So it'll do this line of instruction, and then it'll, you know, and this is basically saying, okay, well, line 12, while you're starting your while loop, right? So the while loop will repeat from line 12 to line 26. It's going to keep repeating it so long as x is less than 20.
Right.
Right.
You put in your limits.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, so it's going to start where x equals 1, right? Because that's what you have. Mm-hmm. So x equals 1. This is true. So it's going to execute the next line of code where there's nothing there. That's a comment. It's going to hit this. Here you're saying, well, check for a condition. And what you're telling the computer is x divisible by 3? And if it's true, it's going to execute this line of code. That's basically the structure of a if. You know, if it's like if this is true, right? Oh, I shouldn't do this. I'll just put it on a comment. So if the condition is true, right?
Mm-hmm.
Run whatever is inside those, you know, curly brackets.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the gist of it. So like, if true, like do what do you call it? do what's inside here, right? So basically,
Python.
you're checking for, like, oh, is X divisible by 3? Well, no, because 1 is not. So
No,
it's
right.
just gonna skip, right? So it's gonna move on to the next one. So, that's kind of the logic of this.
What's cool?
Yeah.
That if you click on the curly bracket, it'll highlight the end bracket. So if you click any of these little curly brackets, it'll highlight where the block of code ends, basically. You see what I'm saying?
Like here.
It might not be. I don't know if maybe this doesn't support it. And
Okay.
It's not doing
All right. So this is Julia, right? Julia means that anything divisible by 3 without remainders is it's gonna spit out Julia.
Yep.
Until it reaches the number 20.
Correct.
Okay. And then if I wanted to do, what is it, James?
Yeah, the next one is James.
And it's only divisible by 5.
Right.
And so am I changing anything with 20 on line 25? And all we're doing is changing anything on line 15.
So you're gonna have to create another condition.
Okay.
Yeah, you're basically it's a set of rules that you're checking, like, or a set of conditions. So because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you have to have 4 if statements, basically.
Because the rule, yeah. So you're doing. Let me read this. Let me read my instructions real quick. Okay, so yeah, you're right. So, but it wants us to loop. No, for Jason James is 20, not. Okay, so you do 1 to 20, and then if it's Julia James, and then if it's non-divisible, you print the number. So, okay, I see the logic here. Let me see. Let me see if I can figure out, because then you're see if I'm interpreting this right. If it spits out the number, that's gonna be your else statement, yes? Or is this only particular to if statements?
No, you're absolutely right. It's your last condition is basically if it doesn't fit these other two, you're basically saying, well, if it's not these other two, it's else. So you're absolutely correct.
All right, and then you work with the so you create another. So let me see if I do this right. So outside of this curly bracket, I put X divisible by 5. 1, 2, 3, 0. Close that. Open up. Oops. All right. So And then I close this out.
Yep.
Just out of curiosity, I tend to follow Mashable on Facebook, and they had this thing on why like JavaScript was the thing to be in on. They were selling this ebook, and I forget what else they had on it, but it was like $20. I was tempted to buy and pull the trigger because that's what I do. But I'm wondering if I should even just look at outside sources on like JavaScript in its own self.
So it was like a Facebook ad?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
Mashable deals, if I will.
Oh,
yeah.
Mashable deals. Interesting. Yeah, those sites are getting to be pretty smart. Like they probably are tracking your.
Oh my gosh!
Cookie?
Udemy tells me
Oh, they
trying to
do.
tell me Python.
Like Facebook.
They all know.
Have you heard of Facebook Pixel?
Is that what Pixel does?
Yeah, that's what it does. So as you're on Facebook, it tracks everything you do, and that's how you get served ads.
So my friend had this. I don't know if he was being paranoid, but he said that one time he was just talking about, I don't know, let's say car wash. And he had Facebook open. He completely said like, oh no, it's I didn't visit any site, but he was just talking about let's use car wash as an example. And then he was served like a Facebook ad about car wash.
He said it verbally, or like
verbally.
Nah.
So he's saying like, dude, they're tracking voice now. You know, kind of like what Alexa's doing, you know, or Google Home, or
yeah, those are infringing in your privacy, but Facebook, I don't think so.
Yeah, right. Because like,
you know what? I feel the same way though, Phil, because I be talking about stuff like just like that, and the first thing that pops up is just the last thing that I was talking about.
Yeah. So the thing I was skeptical about, my buddy, is like, are you sure you didn't visit a site?
Right? Yeah.
It's like, you know, but he said he didn't. So, but I mean, we didn't like go into details where like, okay, let's try it out, because you know. But the technology is there, right? I mean, your freaking phone has a microphone. I just don't know if Apple would allow that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's so scary. Like you get these.
Maybe he was being beta tested.
Got me paranoid now too.
You know, maybe he's being beta tested. You know, like I don't know.
You know what's funny? You said car wash, and then I just open up my Facebook, and I have a car insurance thing pop up.
Yo.
Oh, you guys suck, man.
That's scary, actually.
Oh.
Come on, you gotta. That is freaking scary. But did you search any car insurance?
No.
I don't see, that's the thing.
I'm gonna tell my friend, dude. He's gonna be. I'm gonna tell my friend.
I'm reloading my page and it's not doing it again, so I don't know.
That's weird.
It's like, no, they're onto us.
You said that was Facebook too?
Yeah, Facebook.
Really? On your phone?
No, on the computer.
On the computer. Okay.
And I saw a headline today on like why you should cover your camera on your computer.
Yeah, a lot of the girls at work do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, if they're watching me, great.
Oh my gosh.
But you know, it's their thing. I mean, privacy is another animal. Like I seriously think like 10 years from now, nobody's gonna give a crap about privacy. You know, people are.
Well, that, or they won't be able to, because there is none.
There is none, right? Because our norm our norm keeps opening up, right? Opening up to privacy, opening up to more and more. So at some point, everything will just be transparent. You know, it's
You almost got it, Jesse.
I think I have it. I think the first line. I know where I'm going wrong.
Oh, there you go. It's almost there.
Oh, there's just a lag. 3. Yeah, today was my first day going back into non-sobriety, guys. So
nice.
I'm gonna go ahead. That's what I was drinking. It looked clear, looked like water, right? Yeah, I was like, oh, this cat's drinking water. He just came back from a workout. Which is technically true. I was in his boot camp class that just whooped my butt, but I was drinking some very very low calorie alcoholic drinks.
Man, my wife has me drinking these stupid shakes.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
And I was actually tempted about buying a drink at the gym. I'm like, these are overpriced as fuck. Come on, let's be honest. I could come home, put that shit in the blender. Everybody's gonna be fine.
Oh man.
Crazy though, like just to think about like maybe even 5. I can't remember when, but like this is a new thing where gyms is starting to provide like food services. It's totally new. Like I don't know who came up with that, but it's genius.
Like a food bar or like just like a shake bar.
Yeah, I just like before a gym, you went to a gym, and I mean that was it.
Yeah,
there's no concession stand,
You know what? To be honest, back in Chicago, there was this gym called Export, and it's still around. Whatever, it's like in the most of East Coast, Midwest, and every month they had a member appreciation day. And during these member appreciation days, of course, they had a DJ that was just like obviously just playing music, but they had fucking pizza on your way out.
Oh,
come on!
What's it called? Planet Fitness does that every Tuesday.
Oh my! They do that shit every week. This shit was just once a month.
No, they do this every Tuesday. I feel so embarrassed being a member of that gym.
It's their it's sort of their guarantee that you'll come back.
Right? Yeah.
You next Tuesday.
Oh man.
And so I'm over here. I think they had a DJ yesterday, actually. No food though at this. I go to LA Fitness now. We're here in Alhambra, and I'm like, yo, I see your business model. I see it. But yeah, that was
the one off of. Is that on? Is it Valley or Main?
It's gonna be. It's off. Yeah, it's gonna be. Shoot, it's by the Coles. It's by the
I know where the Coles.
Yeah. It's what is that street? I forget what it's called. That's how new I am.
Fremont? Is it Fremont?
It's off Fremont. Yeah, it's off Fremont. Actually, it is off Fremont. You're right. Yeah. There's like a Jack in the Box right down the street.
Oh, I know exactly where that is. Yeah.
So that's the area that I'm at.
And yeah, so, I used to live in Arcadia, and Alhambra is usually where it's just food's so good around in that area.
They have some bomb food out here. I'm not gonna lie.
It is, man.
All right, so I gotta close this statement if I'm not. So Julia James pops up if it's
where's your block?
Oh, what block?
Your curly brackets?
Oh, it's not there. Of course it's not there. Is that the one?
There you go.
Yep. Perfect. And then I think you're equal in front of the 3 just needs to go to behind it. I think it's probably when you're typing.
I'm not sure if it's the internet where I'm at.
It's the beer.
It's not even beer. It's just it's not even the beer. It's like it's a legit gin and tonic.
Uh-huh.
Like I told you, I don't like to drink too much calories if it's not worth it. Let's do this.
Cool, almost there, man.
I know, I just need to figure out what's the last statement that I need to write. The girlfriend's like already sleeping and I'm like, I'm sorry, babe, but I need to figure this out before I move forward. All right, so my last statement is another if statement. And so apparently there's dozens of ways of writing this, right? From what I was reading.
You could almost that's almost like, you know, so it's like problem solving, you know. You could solve yeah, there's a dozen or more ways to skin a cat. Just yeah.
So I believe there has to be a if there's a not, I want to say there is a is it a exclamation point that goes in somewhere?
Oh, like a not equal?
Yeah.
So see, but the thing is, you've already tested if it's equal, if it's divisible by 3 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
So really, your last statement is just like it already will meet that criteria. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you've checked if it's divisible by 3, if it's divisible by 5, if it's divisible by 3 and 5. So, I mean, if you've checked for those conditions, then if the number, so if you've already checked for those conditions and none of them are true, then automatically it's
else.
Yeah, it's already an else. Like it's already like, oh well, it didn't fit all of these, so so that's where your else will come in, because you're basically saying if none of those conditions prior to me, prior to the ones before, the ones that came before, if they're not held true, then it's kind of like a catch-all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Jesse. Your else statement will be connected to that last if.
Right. Because it needs to make the other ones else ifs.
Yeah, exactly. If you want them to actually be connected, so it's all, you know, if else, if else, if else, you have to put the if else on the previous two. Or the middle two.
So it's a matter of changing the previous statements up top.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, because technically what you're doing is that first if, it'll just check that, and then if it doesn't fit, it goes to the next line, I guess, outside that block. If you want them more connected, then you would do an else if on the second and the third, and then the rest, the last one would just be like, well, it's just an else, because you don't have anything else to check, you know, because you've already checked them previously.
Man, my computer is lagging. Give me a moment. Good old Control Alt Delete.
So I played myself this week.
How'd you
What's
play
that?
yourself?
I said I played myself this week. I worked like super long hours, hoping I could get out Friday early. But they want us working on this thing because they want to deploy to production by next week. So they're allowing me to do extra hours. So like yesterday I did 10.5, and the day before I did 10.5 as well.
Jeez.
So I was trying to leave work tomorrow like around 2 or 1, you know. But my boss is like, "Oh no, you can say at least 8 hours," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Oh man, sucks. It's cool though.
Yeah, it's funny, the whole work thing with schedule. It's an interesting thing to observe, because when we moved to Burbank, so for us who live in Santa Clarita, right? I mean, our commute just got way tougher, right? And so in the beginning, it's like we're trying to navigate like what's the best time, and it's funny because like we all sort of just as a group independently decided, oh, it's better to just come to work early and leave early, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And so once we started doing that, it's almost like at some point, it's almost like a competition. Whoever gets to work the earliest, you know, is kind of king, you know? So we were doing that for a while, but like after a while, it's like, yeah, you know, if I make it, you know, before I was getting to work by like 6:45, you know, I was beating everybody else. And then at some point it's like, it didn't matter anymore. It's like, everybody just knows, if everybody just kind of ends up leaving at the same time, regardless of what time you show up. So it's like, why bust your butt trying to wake up early?
Yeah.
And outdo people. And then it's all like, it's all right.
That's true.
It's so slow. All right, put the wrong bread. Okay, so if I'm saying this right, while if there should be an else statement up here, if my browser ever wants to get to it, and then you said you had 1, 2, 3, and your fourth is your default.
Yep, it's like your catch-all. Like none of the previous ifs or if else matches. So you know, I'm just gonna do what I need to do if none of them fit, which is basically you just output it, right? That's what the instruction says. And also, Jesse, your first if should just be if, because it's not an if else, because you have to have a first statement, and then the subsequent ifs will be if else. So it's like if else, and then else.
Else if.
Oh, is it else if? Holy crap, you're right.
Unless I'm wrong. I might be wrong.
No, you're totally right. I mean, just like the readability of it, if else. Yeah, it's actually else if.
So if, or then it says else if.
Yeah.
I just need more practice with the else if statement, and when they throw in the loop, I need a little bit more practice on that, and that's why I'm trying to get on this Codecademy. But I just find it so hard to do Codecademy. Not hard, because it's not the fact that it's hard. I think crunch for time is a better term.
Yeah. No, it's, and you're having to switch different style too.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to figure this thing out.
I will say though, Codecademy is the easiest way, in my opinion.
Yeah, are the easiest, like as in
for introduction to syntax for languages.
Okay, like they make it easy to learn, basically.
Yeah, they walk you through, basically. They expose you to the majority of the language.
Yeah.
Okay, so this goes there, and then so
I'm biased though, so I think I told you guys.
Is Esri has investment in
No,
Academy yet?
no, I'm a moderator for them. So
How are you?
Who are you now?
yeah, for Code Academy.
Damn, how many jobs do you hold?
No, that's not a job.
Oh, you just. Oh, okay, you just do.
Yeah, they gave it to me like 6 months after I started learning how to code.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool how you're already on the job doing this day to day, and you're still seeking out to learn, outside. That's good.
It's helpful, very helpful.
Mhm.
And then my day flies by super quick at work because it's something you like doing,
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's amazing.
It goes by really quick. I'm not gonna lie. I get there and already it's like 11 o'clock. I'm like, damn. And then we do our daily stand-up meeting, which we go over like what we're gonna work on or what we did yesterday, and then the whole team gives up like a status update. And then the rest of the day like goes by super quick. Like I told you, I barely finished the plugin I was working on today for the image optimization. So when users upload an image, it's optimized. It keeps track of all the data that's optimized, and it provides simple stats for it. So I finished that today, but I wanted to add a lot. There's a lot more features I want to add.
So that's more of a tool for you guys, right?
Yeah, internal. Well, yeah, internal, because all of the users that post to the blog need to make sure that the images are optimized for SEO purposes.
Right. So like they don't have to Photoshop it, like
right.
Photoshop.
The cool thing is that the plugin I'm able to make it public, and I can add more features to it. So I'll probably make it open source or something.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you actually wrote a plugin that reduces or that optimizes an image. It's not like reduce the size, the width, and the
No. It's utilizing an API called Image Optim.
Oh, Image Optim? Okay.
Yeah, they do a really good job with optimizing images.
I believe we'll touch on that on the responsive images, because I'm pretty sure I've come across that before.
Yeah, and they have an API, and it looks like they link to a third-party WordPress plugin. But that plugin sucks. It only does one thing, and you click the button, and it's supposed to optimize all your images, and then that's it. But that's useless, because your users need to upload images. You're going to keep uploading images.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to just limit yourself to that one button. So I built that whole plugin for that.
That's awesome. I think the other one is I think it's Image Magic or something like that. But that one's more of a
that's a server capability.
Right. Like it runs as a right. It runs as a batch job, right?
Yeah, and we could have done it with the server, but it's not as well done as this one. So
oh really? Yeah. So it's an API call. So how, does the image get transferred, or
it's awesome. It's PHP and JavaScript working together. I can show it to you when Jesse figures this out.
Well, I'm on that line of 25. How does that? 25. So it says print number at 25 is print the number if it's not divisible by 3 or 5. It sounds easy.
So don't forget your semicolons here too.
Yeah, and on your statements, like
technically you can get away. I mean, you can do it without semicolons, but that will almost 90% of the time give you bugs down the line.
Especially the Udacity compiler or the Udacity code checker.
Yeah.
It will for sure will throw errors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm seeing some already. Putting it on my. So my line 8 is saying an unmatched. What is it saying?
And there's a gotcha there too.
A gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can see my cursor, but when this program runs, it's gonna check if it's divisible by 3, and if it is, it'll print out Julia. But if it's divisible by 5 as well, it's not checking for that. You know what I mean? Because it already came out to true here with being divisible by 3. So you need to make this where you're checking for both. That has to be your first check.
Has to be your first. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
You see what I mean?
So my line 21 and 22 needs to be in line 15.
Yep.
Yeah, you need to switch them.
Swap them.
Yeah.
So you need to go. You need to do. Okay,
Yeah, let's say it's number 15, right? So if if X is 15, line 15 will check if 15 is divisible by 3, and it is, right? So because that statement is true, it won't check if it's divisible by 5. So it'll fall out of the, what do you call that?
The loop.
It'll fall out of that if else.
The what?
Yeah,
the chain?
I don't know what the term.
So I'm stuck here with 2. Oh, did I just kill something that I shouldn't have killed? This 925. This bracket here.
Line 25.
I feel like I missed out on. Okay, so else if on number 15, right? So you do your it checks for 3 and 5, and then you put your bracket in, you put your console. I'm missing a closing bracket. No, like the line 25 is that last bracket that I'm missing.
No, because here. Let me delete these comments for you. Okay, you're switching? Okay, cool. Make sure you remove that else from your first one.
So basically what you want to do is your very first if is check for every and any other conditional.
Yeah, for both, basically.
Now, does that hold true to, I'm sorry, does that hold true to just this, or just like in general, and when it comes to coding, you should always check every other conditional and then you work through the
yeah, you have to think about the different use cases. Because again, the computer's stupid, so it doesn't know any better. It'll do exactly what you tell it to do. So since we know that if we were to check for it, is it divisible by 3, but we don't check at the same time if it's divisible by 5, then any number, like say 15, won't be caught. You know, it'll just come back for 3, but not for both.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that trips new people, and then people at the interview too.
Yeah, that's what makes a good interview question. Is you really gotta think about. You really gotta think about every case. Like what I'm saying. It's like so that's why 1 to 20. You have to think about like, okay, what if it's just 1? Well, it'll fall off to the else, right? Because it's not divisible by 3, by 5, and by 3 and 5. And then you kind of have to go through the process. and then
think backwards.
Yeah, you got to reverse engineer it. Your second else or your second if, I think because you swap them, you just want to put an else if on that one, or put an else. But other than that, I think that's golden, man.
Jeez Louise, I know this weekend, I know what it's gonna focus on. So with the addendum of alcohol being provided, if I, provide myself with that, that's gonna be my incentive to finish this lesson up.
Yep. Yeah, man. We're basically, what is it called? We're reward maximizers.
So, Johan, do you also partake, or are you on the?
No, I can't. I get stupid. So stupid.
You're on the sober end. No, that's cool, man. I respect it. Actually, I've worked with folks that actually. I'll share a story. Back in Chicago, I was working at a school which is very. Maybe I can show you the website. It's Intrinsic Schools, and this was a school that was very very tech forward, and so intrinsic-schools.org, and so what they did was everything is done web-based. All the students got Chromebooks. All the content was online. There was really no need for books, this, that, and the other. And their tech person was named Marcos, just one of the brightest people I've ever worked with. He created he created an internal website of how to put different pieces together of a school. That's why when I come to schools, I'm like, this cat was always he always reminds me. He's a big reminder as to why I wanted to go in coding. Is he created this internal website as to how to identify students. He kind of made a little game for students. If a picture will show up of a student, and you have 4 choices as to how to identify that student, if you knew him or if you didn't. When was the last time he was absent? When was the last time he got a demerit? When was the last time he actually got different types of things? And so he created this, and he's he always pushed me into man, you got to know coding. You should get into coding, this, that, and the other. And I heeded his advice, but I never went. I would dabble, but not dabble fully. And so I was like, yo, I just got to do it. And so I was like, yo, this cat was one of the most tech forward, and the school itself is pretty tech forward too. So, and that's why I was like, yo, this idea of just going into tech was just one of my biggest things to do. So this is why I find myself here too. So one of those inspirations, if you will.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so intrinsic, and this is a space where all the things are content based. You only had to have 2 teachers for 60 students, because the opposite would be true. If you only had 1 teacher for about 25 to 30, that's what you would actually want to have. But you had different pieces to the classroom, which is you have independent work, you had project based learning, you had direct instruction. So that was one of the biggest things I always dug about that school, was it was so forward in how we adapt to technology in itself. So, anywho, I say that to.
That sounds amazing.
No, yeah, I don't know if you guys where is this? Put it on line 32 somewhere. That's the school itself. But it was they renovated this old lumber yard in the northwest side of Chicago, and they just they reimagined it as a school. And so I remember the first year just yo, this is amazing. I never been in such a school, but that's what it was. All right, so does this look right? And so can I just copy and paste this to my
Yeah, before you do that, Yeah, do put the semicolons on just the statements alone, you know, like the var, the console.log, and
That's
'cause
another thing.
I know
It's like the grammar for me is like, yeah, in English I can figure out grammar, but the grammar in computing is a little different for me.
yeah, it'll take some time to get used to.
All right, so you said the var.
Yeah, yeah, because you know it's like just sitting there, you know, var x equals.
Ugh. Why is this? What kind of internet do you guys use?
What do you mean?
A company, I guess.
Time Warner?
Yeah, I'm the same Time Warner as well. Or Spectrum.
Yeah.
I had Spectrum at my old apartment. Geez, the in and outs of that was a little frustrating. All right, so I have it on James. I have it on console. Missing one here.
Yeah, the line 10 though, yeah, you got it. And then on line 22, you're just missing the close quotes and then the close paren.
Yeah.
Other than that, looks good. And on the x plus equal 1.
At the very bottom?
Yeah, 30.
This is your limit or whatever is limitation.
Your incrementer. You're incrementing your counter. So think of x as your counter.
You know, I did that with Python, and it's a little different.
Yeah, Python, you don't have the curly brackets.
Yeah, you don't.
From what I remember.
Is that right? Okay.
And it's if I remember correctly, it's space strict. So it's strict about space.
Oh yeah.
That's how it forms the blocks.
The blocks, okay. Even the indents?
Yeah.
I got some X's on my screen.
Son of a bitch. Not working.
Yeah, hover over those X's.
All right, so I have on. All right, so let me see. Let me put it side by side real
so
quick.
Line 12, you're missing a bracket, the closing bracket.
On the while?
Line 12, yeah.
All right, so.
Oh, on the if?
If, yeah.
Wait, so line 12, you said I'm missing a closed bracket.
Yeah, the curly bracket.
And it should end at line 17?
No. Line 12.
12.
For the first one.
Yeah, because you have an open curly bracket on 15. Or sorry, I'm looking at the Udacity one. So on line 10, you have an open. Actually, can you make the thing a little wider? You had it wider earlier for some reason.
Yeah. I thought it was maybe his screen that was doing that. Oh, okay, cool.
No, I was just doing side by side.
Very cool.
Oh, you're doing side by side. Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like when you moved it over to the top, you left an extra curly bracket on line 20.
Yeah.
So there's two things you have to do. Remove it from line 20 and move it to line 12.
Move it to
12, yeah.
Yeah. Curly bracket, yeah.
Right, so what is this? Expect an identifier instead of saw else. All right, so let's work. So line 10 tells me expect an identifier and instead saw double ampersands, period.
Try enclosing. So you know, because you have an if, and then you have you have the x divisible by 3 and x divisible by 5.
That's exactly it.
It encloses that whole statement, so you have to add another close, and here I'll do it in the code share.
Yeah, because right now it's just thinking it's only one condition.
Yeah. So
you're looking at line 15.
Yeah, on code share line 15, it's basically you're adding. So basically, you're connecting the if into this whole thing, because I think the way it's reading it is it's reading it without like how it is right now. It's doing an if this, and then it's doing, oh well, what is this? So so you have to wrap these two statements, or these two, what do you call that? These two expressions, I guess, as one, so that it gets evaluated if this is true and this is true, as opposed to just this one. So yeah, try that one. And I think all the other x's are consequences of that.
Okay, so line 10 tells me.
No quiere instalarse Google.
No quiere instalarse Google.
Chrome.
¿Estás hablando con?
Okay, so. So if my line 10 tells me that I added this curly bracket right at the end of the second line of condition.
Yeah. Look, do you still have CodePen or code share open?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you put two.
Yeah, that way you enclose the entire the two expressions that you're doing. That way.
I see. Yeah. Okay, I definitely see that now. Jeez, Matt, where are you? So I got that, but I still have that. Then I have this. You know what? I have my insert down.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Cool.
That's one. So I got line 13 telling me expected an identifier and instead saw else.
On line 11, you have a curly bracket instead of a semicolon at the end.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Damn, y'all debuggers are dope.
And then 17, you're missing the
quotation.
The close quote. Yep.
Yeah. Half of your job's gonna be doing this anyway, so.
Yep, there you go. No went away.
Mira. Test this real quick. So, Mike, do you guys see the answer?
Cool. Yeah, looks like it's spot on.
Jeez Louise.
To see.
So man, if I could only incorporate this for work, I'd be like just I got to give you an example. Yesterday, our Power School, which is a program that we use for grades, attendance, and just general student management. it didn't save our GPAs from the previous semester, so we manually had to add put them into like a spreadsheet and add like 9 of these classes that they took last semester, and we had to do it for the 11th and 12th graders. So I was like, yo, if I could just figure out a way how to incorporate this shit so easier, just put the number in
right, and then it like iterates through all the students.
Oh my gosh,
awesome.
Yeah. It worked. So now I got 99 bottles of juice. I need to finish this, guys. I need to finish this shit by tomorrow, this weekend. I can't. I got the email that this guy was talking about. Javier, I think his name was.
Yeah.
I need to, I know what I gotta do.
Yeah, actually it did, just out of, comparison, lesson 13 is actually, is it 13 or it took me a while to get through it, and a lot of it is because like same thing, missing square curly braces and extra spaces and all that stuff. Especially that 99 bottles of juice. You know what I did with that one? I literally copied what their output is, and I changed, I just changed the variable. Like instead of 99, it would be like X. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
it was so painful. Like it got me where, I have an extra space here. Oh, I didn't, I didn't put the exclamation point. So I'm like, I got fed up and like, you know what? I started over. I told myself like, I'm just gonna copy their code verbatim, and that's worked out rather than typing it. So just keep that in mind, because you don't want to you want to learn the syntax and not like have to troubleshoot extra spaces and
what's stupid? It looked like I did the bottles one just with ternary operators.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It looks weird. What the hell?
Which one did you do this for?
Can't really. Did it pass?
You got through the cracks.
I think so long as you see a check on the whole lesson.
Yeah, it's checked and everything. Not sure how the hell this passed. Maybe it's something I was playing around with after the fact.
And that's dope. That's dope, yo. But for real, I appreciate the help on this. I was told that just like a tradesperson, you need someone to be there behind you to guide you with your code, just like a glass blower, just like a carpenter, and etc. When it comes to coding, it's not just you're on your own. So I appreciate you guys helping.
Yeah, man. I'm starting to hear that same thing, that coding is it's a craftsmanship for sure.
Yo, the more I'm into it, this is very true.
Yep.
This is very true. So I appreciate it. I know it's it's already Friday. God damn. All right, but I'm gonna have to. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to get big after this. Back after work. I should be in. What time is it tomorrow?
Yeah, it's past midnight. So I guess we could meet up at Pasadena this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking Pete's Cafe. It just sounds right, but I mean, if you guys have any other options, for sure, we can definitely try it out.
Yeah, let's stay away from Old Town because of parking over there. So
Old Town. When it comes to Old Town, what are you referring to?
Yeah, I mean, Pasadena. There's a lot of. There's a lot of places.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Yeah, there's a bunch of spots. Yeah.
Let's find some place where like parking is easy, because like Old Town, it's like you'd end up paying. You'd end up paying parking.
An arm and a leg.
And Leon, if you're gonna end up taking like, you know, the Metro Gold Line, for example, and let me know. I could probably pick you up at the station or something.
Cool.
No, yeah, for sure. Let me I was researching, so I'm trying to figure out I'll throw out some free spots so you guys can help me out in figuring out what might be a good spot to
For sure.
to target.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
So, all right, y'all have a good night. I appreciate the help for sure.
Anytime,
we'll
man.
meet up.
Cool. You guys get some sleep, and we'll chat through Slack, and we'll see each other on the weekend.
Cool. See you guys.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll take a nap.
All right. Me too. All right, guys.
Good night.
Back to you.
Bye.